monument up here is the oldest intact. A gentleman was just telling me over at the visitor center that this is the oldest intact Civil War monument. We're going to go up there in a minute, check that out, after we check out this right here. The Hazen Brigade monument is really unique, guys, because it was built by hand by the comrades of the dead soldiers that it honors. In the years immediately after the Civil War and the decades that followed, thousands of monuments were erected on Civil War battlefields by the veterans who struggled there in honor of their fallen comrades. But very such few markers were dedicated while the war still raged on. And of these, the Hazen Brigade is one of the most famous and most well known, and it has the distinction of being the oldest Civil War monument still in its original location. I know some of you are going to say the monument at Manassas in the tree there, even though that's just the base, is the oldest. But this is the oldest intact monument. So, during the Battle of Stones River, Colonel William Babcock Hazen's regiment, the 9th Indiana, 31st Ohio, 6th Kentucky, and 10th Illinois, was positioned right here at the edge of the Round Forest, near the Nashville and Chattanooga Railroad. And on the first day of battle, December 31st, 1862, these troops were among the rare Union soldiers to hold their position, fighting against 4 bloody Confederate attacks in this area, which earned its reputation as Hell's Half-Acre. By battle's end, the brigade had sustained 409 casualties, 29% of those engaged. Almost immediately after the fighting, Hazen, who had took a wound to the shoulder, was promoted to brigadier general for his gallantry, and Colonel Isaac C.B. Suman of the 9th Indiana determined that there should be a monument erected to those 45 men who died there at Stones River, and they selected a low crest along the line in which they had defended. Lieutenant Edward Crebin of the 9th Indiana commanded the detachment charged with creating this monument. It finished construction in 1863. The brigade's dead were interred nearby and enclosed in a stone wall. The monument was completed in 1864 when stonecutters carved the names of the unit's 17 officers killed into its 4 faces. Now in 1985, while they were repairing the monument, workers discovered what is believed to be a Civil War time capsule. The objects they found are on display in the visitor center: 2 bullets, 8 buck and ball shot, a lead disc, a freshwater mussel shell, 2 bone fragments, 6 horse teeth, 2 small wood fragments were all found in the fill. Archaeologists believe that these items, were probably from the battle, were in the soil that was used for fill. About 5 feet above the ground level, 9 artifacts were found: 2 12-pound and 1 6-pound cannonballs, 3 rifle artillery shells, 2 rifle musket barrels, and a cedar staff. As you can see, the items are kind of in the shape of IL for Illinois. Their placement all on one level does not appear to be accidental. There were 3 groups of 3 objects: 3 cannonballs, 3 rifle artillery shells, and 3 long objects, which is kind of a nod to the Freemasons. And these ammunition and musket barrels were most likely to be Confederate equipment, but to date, no one agrees on the real meaning of this time capsule. The military artifacts appear to be Confederate equipment, but their exact symbolism is unknown. The items could be religious or superstitious significance, or they could be merely meant as a time capsule of the recent battle. Nobody really knows for sure. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. The land that this monument is on belonged to a William Holland. William Holland was born in 1834 and he lived till 1909. He began his life as a slave. Unfortunately, there are no known photographs of Mr. Holland, but I feel compelled to tell his story. and about his family who lived right here in the cemetery community in Rutherford County. Sometime after the Union entered Tennessee, William escaped from slavery, and he joined the Army as a private in the 111th Regiment of U.S. Colored Troops. In 1864, William's unit is captured by Nathan Bedford Forrest, and he's assigned to Dr. James Cowan, Forrest's chief surgeon, where he remains for 3 months. I was told that Forrest took a liking to him, and he would ride with him wearing his Yankee uniform, which must have been a sight to see. In 1865, he returned to Union lines to help create Stones River National Cemetery, where he and other black soldiers buried the remains of thousands of Union soldiers and began building a stone wall around the cemetery. A colored troop in a Yankee uniform riding around with General Forrest. I'll have to do a little research on that, but cool story if it's true. And then this is his grandson, and he wanted to be buried right here with him. So that's why these two graves are here. Hey everybody, thanks for watching the video. I just wanted to add real quick that his grandson was actually a World War I veteran as well. So pretty cool story. A lot of history just in that little section right there. It's kind of unfortunate that the modern world has come in and taken over so much of that precious area, but that's why we support things like Battlefield Trust and everyone who does what they can to keep history alive. Well, anyways, thanks for watching. We'll have our very last video on Stones River next, and as always, thanks again for being here, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe, all that stuff. See you next time.